All right, man, we back. Mercy Sports Talk in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And pretty much, question is Blake Griffin out of his prime already? All right, Blake Griffin has played 13 out of the 25 games that the Pistons have played. And he averaged 24 points last year. This year is down to 17. He's shooting 38% from the field. I think he almost 5 rebounds a game and 3-point-something assists a game. So, obviously we know he had the knee surgery, and he probably gonna get off to a slow start, but right now it seemed like he kind of throwing a monkey wrench into what the Detroit Pistons are doing. He seems slow. He don't seem as agile, and at the end of the day, he came into the league, I believe, with a knee injury, redshirted his first year, and then he ended up taking off. Now, he's done everything he needs to do skill-wise to really accommodate eventually his athletic ability falling off. And it happened to everybody. It happened to Kobe, happened to Michael Jordan. It may happen to LeBron at one point, Shaquille O'Neal. And he's a skillful guy, you know what I'm saying? And he's shown the ability to shoot the ball a lot better, improved his post skills, his face-up game. You know what? Even got a little bit tougher. I remember it was a narrative when, Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol was bullying him in the paint. Seemed like he got a lot tougher, a lot stronger, but this is one of the risks that you take getting on to Blake Griffin, and it really was a debate around Detroit. If it came down to it, who do you keep, Dre or Blake Griffin? My opinion is at this point, you may just look to start over, get rid of both. But, Blake Griffin is looking slow, but, at the end of the day, if he's slow at this point, and the Pistons, which they're in the 10th seed in the East, but you tell me he pick it up after the All-Star break and they finish out strong, I take that from Blake Griffin. Basically, how many games is going to take for Blake Griffin to get back to his old self, because we need that. But right now, he's slowing up the offense. He's slowing up the team. And then when Reggie Jackson come get integrated back, then you got to integrate him back again. And that's going to slow up the team again. So, right now, Blake is slow. Blake ain't explosive. But then again, did he get to condition his body in training camp? Is his knee being ready? Did they rush him back? It's a lot of questions to be asked here, because you don't want to move Blake and then you move him somewhere else and he back to the old Blake. But, common sense tell you that older guys don't get healthy throughout the league. They have to, change their games and not jump as high. Blake Griffin, he's done that. But really, the longer the Pistons wait and have waited, his trade value is probably nowhere near what it once was, especially with a monster's contract. But the longer the Pistons keep with him, I think his contract becomes more appealing as it get closer to expiring. So that's something else they can look on. But right now, Blake Griffin ain't playing like an all-star. And just last year before the injury, he was playing like an all-star. And what this remind me of, and I don't know how many Piston fans we got from like the 90s. But, when they rushed him back in the playoffs, what did that remind you of? Just thinking in hindsight, at the time, we were just hoping that Blake Griffin can get back and help us get a playoff win versus Milwaukee, because they was just pounding us into the court. But rushing Blake Griffin back, it kind of remind you of when the Pistons rushed Grant Hill back in the playoffs back in the day. And he ended up injuring, what was it, his knee or his foot or whatever it was. I think it was like his ankle. He ended up re-injuring his ankle even worse. He never was the same player. And they rushed him back. Obviously, Blake Griffin has come back quicker than Grant did. And obviously, Grant did leave and go to Orlando. And I don't even remember him and T-Mac really getting any hard time on the court together. But could the Pistons have rushed Blake Griffin back for no apparent reason last year and pretty much rushed him back this year, and he ended up having arthroscopic knee surgery over the summer? They may have rushed him back to the point where, he probably never going to be the guy, the NBA All-Third Team guy he was last year. He may never be the All-Star version he did last year for no reason. They rushed the guy back to get stumped by the Milwaukee Bucks regardless. He was out there playing on one leg going down the stretch in the season last year. You know what I'm saying? And what they should have done is really, in actuality, when they seen this team, really wasn't a strong playoff team, they should have moved Blake Griffin at the trade deadline, and then it gave them more clarity what they want to do with Andre Drummond. Because right now, Andre Drummond was more of a force before Blake Griffin came back. And just imagine integrating Reggie Jackson into the team, and kind of Dre numbers drop off more. But obviously, when you get great players around you, less is asked of you. But I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm watching them play, and I'm wondering will that explosiveness come back. I'm wondering where will that Blake Griffin that was here last year come back. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to wonder. But obviously, time will tell. He only been back 13 games. Like I said, the Pistons played 25. So I guess you get a better idea when you get closer to the All-Star break, what Blake Griffin will be like. But at what point do you try to cash your chips in on him? Because obviously, do you keep Blake Griffin and you move Andre Drummond, or do you let Andre Drummond walk for free? Do you move Reggie Jackson? It's a lot to be asked, because if you moving Blake and you moving Reggie, then you waving the white flag and you ready to rebuild. And do Blake Griffin want to rebuild? In my heart of hearts, I believe Blake Griffin at this point want to win something. Just like Chris Paul in Oklahoma City, he want to win something. So, I felt that the Pistons' best bet this summer was trying to go after Westbrook and pairing with Andre Drummond and pairing with Blake. And at least if you would have went out and got Westbrook, it would have bought you some time. It would have bought you some time where I believe Westbrook would have been great for Andre, but it would have bought you some time to let Blake get healthy. But because Reggie ain't healthy at all. But you got to wonder, is Blake getting old in front of us? And will he ever be the old Blake that he was? Only he know. How bad that injury is. And I just felt that they rushed him back in the playoffs, and I felt they rushed him back this season. He probably shouldn't be coming back till the All-Star break. But then again, if you're ready to move on from him, I mean, his value is dropping drastically, But if he get a stretch going in January, right before the trade deadline, where he looked like the old Blake, let's believe me, I'm cashing my chips in. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get what I can get from his rumors that Denver could be interested. I mean, it was rumors that Atlanta could be interested. Obviously, if you didn't know, Trae Young had a meltdown in the locker room about a week ago. And he just frustrated that they keep losing. He putting up big numbers, but he want to win. And he told the Atlanta Hawks management that, he ain't got enough help and he needs some help. And they said basically they're going to try to get him some help, but they hope for guys like Hunter and Reddish, and when John Collins III come back, that'd be enough. But it seemed like he ready to get out of there. Maybe they desperate enough to move for Blake Griffin down there in Atlanta. But like I said before, you got to ask yourself, because the time is coming. Either you going to re-up with Andre Drummond and keep this team together, or you're going to let Reggie walk, you're going to let Dre walk, and you're going to just run with Blake Griffin. Or try to get something for Blake Griffin in the summer. So, the time is coming. The time is coming, and this team is still the 10th seed. We get to January, if they move up to the 7th or 6th, or they moving in the right direction. But you got some teams that people didn't expect to be good that's up there, like the Miami Heat. Nobody really expected Miami to be that good. I mean, I think Boston is the number one team. Nobody really thought that spike was going to come when Kyrie left. People thought it was a huge drop-off from Kyrie to Kemba, and it seemed to be an upgrade from several different phases, from camaraderie and just from a skill level. They like playing with Kemba better, and they got rid of some of those selfish veterans, and now, Jason Tatum can play the way he want to play. So the East ain't as soft as it was. I mean, with Milwaukee number 1, Boston number 2, and Oladipo should be coming back soon. It's probably going to take him a while to get used back to himself, so it's probably not, really worried about them this much, but Charlotte playing well, and Orlando, when they get Vujovic back, they might be playing well. So the East ain't as weak as people projected it to be. But like I said, man, let me know what you guys think about Blake Griffin. Have we seen the last of the prime Blake Griffin, or do y'all just think it's a minor setback and he gonna bounce back at some point in the season to get back to the form that he was at last season? But hey, love to hear your comments in the comment section. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, want to make a donation. That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Appreciate the love, support. Want to check out my other channel for more sports, music, entertainment. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. That is Goodfellas Sports TV. Motor City Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. One time for the one time. Let me know how you feel in the comment section about Blake.